Show me what it's like to be circling among the clouds. Because without you by my side, I would be stuck here on the
Hello everybody,
ground.
welcome back to our channel.
Welcome back to another video.
We missed you on Wednesday because we didn't have a video.
Oh yeah, totally forgot about that.
Things just got the better of us. It was my brother's birthday and it just wasn't...
The day literally went like that.
Yeah, you know when
It went nowhere.
we were literally sat in bed on the night and we were like, what has happened to this day?
Before we knew it, it was time for bed.
Yeah.
Literally.
Crazy? You've got
Crazy.
fluff in your hair.
Oh no.
So today's video was inspired by Sophia and Cinzia.
Yeah.
Who, genuinely, I think I'd be best friends with them.
They'd be pretty cool to hang out with.
Don't you think?
Yeah.
I feel like I would be best friends with them.
Oh yeah, I could see you like texting me while I'm at work being like, "Ah yeah, Sophia and Cinzia have just come to the house. I'm just going out for,
Imagine.
for a coffee." I'd be like,
Oh.
alright.
Why are these grapes? So we have grapes, right? But they're all
Ring 'em.
soft. We've
They're
got
too
cheese
soft.
as well.
Some
and
people
these.
like soft grapes, I don't.
I don't like soft grapes. Pop chips, barbecue.
Yeah.
Love these, and these are yours, man.
These are my hula hoop puffs.
And we were gonna have like a. We were like, oh, we'll get a Costa, and then we were like, nah. Then we were like, oh, we'll make a smoothie, and we were like, nah. Then we were like, oh, we'll have like an alcoholic, and we were like, nah. Then I was gonna have a cup of tea.
Yeah.
Nah. Ended up with water.
Lemonade.
But it's alright though, isn't it? It's not the aesthetic vibe we were looking for. This video inspired by Sophia and Cinzia, who I think they got the idea from, who did I say it's called? Kim and Michelle. So Sophia was like, I got totally influenced by Kim and Michelle, and I was like, well, I've been totally influenced by you.
Yeah.
So went on Amazon, ordered Convo and Chill. It's a card
This is
game.
it.
It's basically just cards that have topics on that give you something to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a bit expensive. It was £25.
Very expensive for a
Which,
few cards.
yeah, is bizarre. But I
You have
mean,
to
we're
be-
going to have fun with
You have
it.
to be 18 and over.
Oh.
You get 99 cards. It takes 60 to 90 minutes. And you can play between 2 and 10 plus
Oh,
players.
so that would be if you did like every card.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just going to pick some cards that'll be fun to talk about. And yeah.
Should we pick them at random though?
I'm going to have a piece of cheese. Yeah. We'll pick them at random, but if it's one that's like, that's not going to be
That's
very
not
good.
interesting.
We'll be like, let's not do that.
Yeah. This would be good for like family gatherings as well, like to get everybody else's opinion on.
I know.
I think we should do this on my birthday.
I think it'd cause some right debates.
Oh yeah, which I love.
Wouldn't it?
I love doing debates.
A blanket as well, guys. Nice and cozy.
Yeah, nice and
Because it's
chill.
freezing today.
Right, Denny, first question. I'll pick the first card.
Okay.
Okay.
What are we talking about?
Here we go. To add more
Oh
adventure.
god, I've just dropped a grape.
To add more adventure to your love life, your partner is interested in bringing someone to join you during sex. Would you be open to it? I wouldn't personally.
We've touched on this
We
slightly
did in the
before,
sex
haven't
talk
we?
video,
Yeah.
and I said I would lean more to not, because I'd need to have like a connection with the person.
Yeah, a real connection. That's true.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think I'd like fully rule it out,
Wouldn't you?
but it's not something that I'm like,
yeah, let's do it.
let's do that.
let's
I'm
get on
getting
the phone.
excited about. Yeah, no.
No, I don't think
I sway more towards like, nah, that's not.
No, it's good enough just the two of us, to be fair. So, we don't need the third.
And then it's.
Would you be open to it? No.
I don't think so.
I don't think, I wouldn't.
I wouldn't be like, oh my god, are you joking?
Oh no, because people do it and it's up to you if you want to do it.
I
But
know. I
personally,
think a lot of people do it though, don't they? Isn't
Oh,
it like
yeah.
a known thing that if you're struggling a bit,
Yeah, but how does
it's
that
like when Gavin and Stacey when they get
Dawn and Pete. Yeah, but is that a thing that spices up your love life? Because how? Because if it spices it up for three of you, how do you know that's spicing it up for the two of you and you're not just more attracted to this new person?
Well, no, I don't think.
Like, how do you know that that person coming in is exciting both of you together?
Because it's something different, isn't it? It's like showing you that why don't we try this? Let's do this. And
But
it's
then what if you were
exciting.
more interested in the other person? Then
Well,
that's
then
not gonna
you'd-
spice up your love life, is it?
Well, no, it
You'd
ends
be
your
like,
love
"Oh,
life.
yeah, exactly.
I can't get hold of it. Should women pursue men?
Pursue men. Do women not pursue men?
Well, no.
Do they not?
Well, no, because it's usually
Or the men goes after the girl?
a male
and
who would message or like
makes the first move all the
chase
time.
or,
And,
yeah,
Right.
go up to you in the bar and be like, can I buy you a drink?
Right, okay.
I would say
I
yeah.
would say
I don't
yeah.
think there's anything wrong with it.
No, I don't at all.
Because some people would be scared to like...
You pursued me.
I did.
Because I would never have made a move.
No.
So there's people like that don't
everyone's
like making the
confident
move.
enough, yeah.
Yeah.
The same way some girls would be like, oh god, I could never like...
Some girls might
never-
like the fact that, oh, I don't want to pursue it, but if he pursues me, like, I'd like that more.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I want him
I think
to
it's like a
want me.
confidence thing, isn't it? Like, if somebody else wants you.
Yeah. Like, you can still be interested in the person, but it's like, I want them to make the move because I'm quite scared to make the move.
Yeah, like a girl wouldn't go up to somebody and be like, can I have your number?
Yeah, true. They should, though.
I know, but that's what...
Because there's nothing wrong with that.
That's what the question
So,
is.
should women pursue men?
Yeah.
Absolutely, they should.
Definitely.
If you have a
I think
feeling
it's quite
about
attractive,
this person,
like...
having confidence.
Mm?
Oh, yeah, massively.
Yeah,
Like, if you have a feeling, go for it.
yeah.
What's the worst that
Because
could
you might
happen?
miss your shot.
Yeah.
Shoot your shot, you might miss it.
Exactly. You could go up to him and he'd be like, "Oh yeah, I love that. Yeah, let's go on a date. Yeah, I love
Yeah.
how you come up to me." Or it could be the other way. It was like, "Nah, I'm not really interested."
But
then
that
it's
would
like,
be,
"Alright."
yeah, that would be the same way if somebody else come up to you, if a male come up to you and was like, I really like you, can I have your number, can I take you out, or whatever, and you like weren't attracted to him or didn't want to, it would be the same as a female being like, oh, I'm okay, thank you, but no thanks.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Of course, women should
Like it.
pursue men. Yeah, go for it.
Hang on, I'm going to open my pocket.
Okay, I'll open my book.
I love these. I've only recently started buying them, but
I've only recently started buying these.
delish.
What more, man? There you go.
You don't like mine, do you?
No. Me and me have this weird thing. I don't know if anyone else does. Anyone that's got partners or
yeah.
children or mums and dads where you're eating a bag of crisps.
If you have a different flavour, you want, like,
Mhm.
a taste of the other person's flavour.
So I just
It's just
chop
greedy,
a couple
really.
of Indies.
These are going to be really annoying to eat because it's just like,
Very loud.
uh-huh.
That's why I've stopped when we're answering questions. Who do you believe cheats more, men or women? Ooh. Who believe cheats more? I would personally say men probably
You
cheat more
hear
than women.
men cheating more.
Yeah.
You hear more of
Mhm.
he's gone off with somebody or he's had an affair. But there's
But it
been
does happen with
many
women going off.
circumstances where women have as well.
Mhm.
What does it say? More?
Who do you believe cheats more, men or women? Men cheat more that you know of. That
yeah.
you know
So
about.
does that mean that women just hide it better though?
Maybe. But there is a lot of lying scoundrel men
True.
who lie and cheat and
True.
don't say anything.
Oh, it literally makes me like, listen, cheating, whether you're a male, female, or anything in between or on the outside, is just a big fat no. Like,
Absolutely.
I always say I don't know how you would how you would actually be able to, and how you would be able to come home to the person and lie.
Yeah. Imagine that.
Like you've slept with somebody or even like kissed or anything with somebody else and you're coming home like, hi babe,
yeah, just acting
fancy
normal.
petite.
No,
Fancy cringe.
could you actually imagine that?
It's like the ones who have like, who are talking a lot like on Snapchat or on the phone or texting and stuff, and you've literally got your girlfriend or boyfriend or husband or whatever on the settee.
Yeah.
You're watching
right
a
next
film
to
and
you.
you're messaging somebody else being
Yeah,
like,
that's
oh my
like-
god, you look so sexy,
But
can't
what
wait
about-
to...
But what about those people that are like that have double lives where they've like got a whole different family?
No,
the other
that
family
gives me
don't
the
know
fear.
about? How are you possibly able to do that?
That gives me the
Like,
real...
does your other family know about the family that you cheated on in the first place, or is it just two families that you've got that none of them know about each other?
Yeah, like do you hide one altogether from everybody?
Yeah.
That is just... Listen, I don't know.
That's
that gives
crazy.
me the fear that...
Well, who do you believe cheats more?
Oh, that's a hard one.
I don't want to sound sexist, but
I know. I don't believe one cheats more than the other.
Mhm.
You just hear that
more
men cheating.
cheat more.
Right. Which is worse for you in a relationship? Lack of trust or lack of communication?
Which is worse?
Which is worse? Right, hang on, let me think about this, right? So lack of trust or lack of...
But doesn't the lack of communication come with trust? Like
not
if you don't
necessarily.
talk a lot,
Yeah, but communication could be like...
How was your day? What did you do today?
Yeah, or it could be like, you've done something that's annoyed me. And I'm
Here's
going
my
to tell
true
you, I'm
feelings.
going to let it eat me up inside.
Right.
I would, my first initial thing is trust.
I would swear more to trust.
Because if you don't trust somebody in a relationship, it's going like downhill from there for you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like the paranoia, because a lot of people have
The
a thing.
insecurities.
Yeah. You'd be all. It's not like the lack of communication thing wouldn't be on your mind 24/7. It would be
Yeah.
like, oh God.
Yeah, but lack of trust,
don't
you'd
talk
be
that
like,
much, we
right, I'm
don't.
going to the shop, and it'd be like, right, where's he actually going?
Exactly. Every little thing you do, you could be like, I'm
Yeah.
going in the shower, and it's like, oh my God, is he going to ring him in the shower? Like, do you know what I mean?
Your phone pings, who's that?
Yeah.
Yeah, lack of trust is probably the most important, I'd say.
He's like 10 minutes late home from work. It's like, it would drive you insane.
Yeah,
Definitely.
that drive should
trust.
have took you 8 minutes, it took you 9.5.
Where have you been?
Yeah, I would say lack of trust,
Trust,
but lack
definitely.
of communication is like a big one, I
Oh.
think. What happened there? Yeah, but lack of communication would be a big thing. Like, if you don't talk and don't share feelings properly, like, how can you build a solid foundation of a relationship if you can't?
Is that
tell
like
each
a
other
real
how you
thing
feel?
as well? Do people have like problems with communication?
Oh yeah, I would say so.
As in what though?
Because a lot of people don't like hurting people's feelings, do they?
Right.
So a lot of the time where it's like, right, you've done something that really annoyed me, but instead of telling you that you've annoyed me, I'm just going to forget about it.
True.
And then over
Even
time, that'll
oh my
build up.
God, on the podcast,
Yeah.
on the Girls Bathroom podcast, there was like a dilemma where she was like, oh, I've been with my boyfriend 3 years, I really love him, he's really nice and everything, but recently he's started to let his hygiene slip, and he's like, he smells a little bit, he doesn't always wash his hair, like sometimes he'll only get a shower like once a week. And she was like, do I tell him, or do I just like,
I would say
how do I
so.
go about? She's like, I've hinted before and he just doesn't seem to like take it in.
You know what I'd do?
She was like, I've never like literally said like, listen,
You reek.
you don't smell good, can you go and get a shower?
You could
and
do
that's
that.
what this I think it was Shinsi was like, you need to say to him, listen, or no, they were like, oh, why don't you hint to get a shower together?
That's what I was just about to
To,
say.
like-
I would say, do you fancy just getting in the shower?
Yeah,
Like, do you drop subtle hints?
yeah.
So I don't think it'd be like it'd be nice to go like, you reek.
And if
Go
you're not
get a
on that
wash.
level, yeah,
Yeah, like go get a wash, you stink. It's like, whoa.
you'd get your,
Alright.
you'd be like, what? No,
Yeah,
I don't.
No, I don't. I smell nice. I sprayed this morning.
But yeah, that was one thing. So that's a communication thing though, isn't it?
Mhm. Yeah,
Like a small one, but could end up being a big thing because you would stop fancying them, wouldn't you?
yeah, exactly.
You'd be like, oh my God, I don't even want to sleep next to you because you actually stink and I
I'm
can't tell you
sleeping in
that
the
you stink.
spare room. What are you sleeping in the spare room for? Oh,
Oh, you know,
just
let me know
I
when you're
feel
on a
really,
shower.
I feel really sick tonight because of the stench. But yeah, I think lack of trust and then lack of communication would come like up there.
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
2 killers of a relationship, isn't it really?
Absolutely. Right, the next combo. If you're
Wait.
like...
I can't cringe like this while we're talking.
No, you can't. Name a deal breaker for you in a relationship.
A deal breaker. So something that if you did, it would be like,
Maybe like, that's it.
well,
No.
the top one is obviously cheating. But if we're going to go something
Yeah.
a little more like,
But mine would be, what is that word, bigotry?
what's that?
I don't know if it's like, you know, like discrimination type thing. If you like, if you had this, I don't know how to explain it. Like if you thought one thing that I
You-
totally didn't believe in.
Right.
Like if you had different ideologies from each other, like that's a deal breaker.
Yeah.
But sometimes you
Oh,
don't
yeah.
know about certain things about the person
Until it,
happens
'Cause you
because
know
that's not on the
exactly-
first date. So what do you think about gay marriage?
yeah.
Like you don't, that's not something you bring up, is it?
Yeah.
So it's like if further down the line you started
Yeah.
saying like, oh, I think men should be men and women should be women. It's like, see ya.
Goodbye.
It's like that's not working
Nice
for me.
knowing you. Oh my God,
Like
yeah.
stuff like that would be like
A massive-
massively.
Yeah.
I'm not all for you, thank you.
Oh my God, yeah. Massive
You know
deal
what I
breaker.
mean?
Something like not singing. Like,
When you're in the car grooving.
yeah, or like just like imagine if
Just
you
not
like
having
singing
fun.
and dancing and stuff like on road trips and you just had to do it on your own.
It
There
would
was
be
no
fun, wouldn't
like, no. Do you know
No.
like that type of thing?
it? Yeah, like really boring.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
yours is literally. I actually didn't even think about that.
That'd be a massive like.
Excuse me.
Like,
oh my god, yeah.
Like, some certain things you cannot share the same views on.
Yeah.
And be like, right, it's fine. Like, you don't believe in eating meat, but I do, so that you can work with that.
Right, yeah.
But, like, on that type of level, it's like, nah.
There's no... Especially if it's something that you really strongly believe in, and the other person is dead set,
and there's
like,
no way of changing the mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I couldn't think of anything worse. But the thing is though, how far into a relationship do you get before you would know things like that?
I'd say it would be quite soon on, because there's TV shows that you can watch, like, that have got certain scenes in it, and...
Yeah.
If they end up looking away like, oh, I can't watch that, you're like, why?
That makes me feel sick.
Imagine,
but,
like,
but
why?
what if they didn't know? What if you weren't watching that many programmes together? You were only seeing each other a couple of times a week, but you'd been together for like months.
Well, there's always celebrity news though, isn't there? There's always news out there. Like, there's always laws being passed. There's always changing in society. So it's always like, what did you hear about so-and-so coming out? Or what did you hear about, she's now a female?
Everyone will be going on the first dates now.
Yeah.
So I need to know this before we go any further. I've actually never thought about it.
It's like that actress that came out as transgender, Ellen Page, and he's now called Elliot Page.
Yeah.
Like, that was a whole big thing.
But what if somebody just didn't give you anything back and you got like a year and a half into the relationship and then they started saying things where you were like, then you'd have to end it.
I would probably say, like, I can't. Are you not going to change your mind or how you think?
And I'd be like, no.
Well, I'm sorry, but
I can't be around you.
Yeah. See ya.
True. Bye. Okay, this is a good one.
Right.
Right. Do you believe in the marriage vow until death do us part, or is it circumstantial for you? So,
I believe in the marriage vow until death do us part.
Because when you get married, the vow is, I will be with you until we are no longer here.
Yeah.
Do you believe that it's right, or do you think circumstances and different factors would make a difference to whether you stick that?
Well, I think so, because if you cheated on me, then I would not be with you.
So what if we take cheating out?
Right.
Is there anything else that would... What about health-related things?
I would never leave you if you got ill.
What about...
Or if you were wheelchair bound, or if anything like that happened to you and then I had to become your carer.
What about if you stopped fancying me, or if we fell out of love?
This conversation, that would never happen.
No, but it could. What if, like for that hygiene thing, for instance, if my hygiene got really bad,
I would tell you, because we're on that level.
And I was like, I'm not bothered. Like, I can't be bothered to shower.
And I'd have a family intervention.
No, I'm not bothered though. I literally don't care. Like,
well, I can't sleep with you then.
Well done.
I'll have to sleep in another room.
Alright, so then we never sleep together. The marriage breaks down.
But that's because of you.
Yeah, it's because of me, but would you stick at the till death do us part vow?
That aspect, no, probably not then. Because I'd be like, but you're choosing to not get a wash over sleeping with me. So it's like, well, I can't be with you.
Well, you chose to make the vow.
Yeah, but that was based on your good hygiene when we got married.
No.
Oh no, because the vow is for better or worse as well. Oh, well, I guess it'd be circumstantial then, depending on what happened.
Yeah, that's a hard one, though.
You couldn't be with somebody that was not hygienic, that you didn't fancy, unless they were that way before you were with them, and you fell in love with them, and you knew they were like that.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? When you get married, you're saying that it doesn't matter what, I'm here.
No, that does matter though. That does matter.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'm just being the, what's it called?
The bad cop.
Yeah.
Being the investigator.
Yeah, I'm being the opposing side.
Yeah. No, yeah, that yeah.
True.
It's circumstantial then.
Yeah, I would
But
agree.
for things like, if you were ill or certain things like that happen, then I'd never then it is till death do us part, unless something gets in the way of being like, right, this is going too far now. So yeah.
Cool.
I like these questions. I love having debates.
Me too. I really like things like this.
Name something non-sexual that turns you on. Non-sexual. I would say when
you
I
with
see
kids.
Yeah, that's a big one for
This part of your arm. What's the mark?
You playing video games. Yeah, that's a big one. You painting.
That's cute.
You just being happy.
Yeah, I like that name. That's really cute.
And
when you take bottle tops off.
Oh yeah.
I've said this before, but taking like yeah, and it nearly breaks his teeth, but for some reason that's sexy. I don't know why. Yeah, there's probably some non-sexual ones. Oh, this is a good one.
Oh.
If women were to get paid menstrual leave, how many paid days off should they receive a month? So basically, should women get paid days off when your period comes? I 1,000,000% think yes to this.
I agree with that.
And I
not
think,
personally, because I don't know what the pain's like, but based on your pain that you have.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
I mean, it's different. It's different for everyone. But even if you don't get like major pains, you will have the mood swings, and going to work when you have uncontrollable hormonal mood swings.
So does everybody have?
I don't think so.
That?
No.
So would that not then become a thing of people like taking the mick out of it?
Well, I know.
Like, I don't get bad periods, but I'm going to get paid for it. So I'm going to just act like I've got really severe pains.
Yeah, but that's the same as you'd get that anywhere you work. Like, we don't take time off. Like, I don't like to take time off.
Yeah.
Unless I'm literally, like, I can't get out of bed.
And that's the same as me. I would rather go into work and get sent home rather than call in.
Yeah, whereas some people, literally, that you've got a cold. Like, I'm not saying, like, either thing is right or wrong. But some people have a cold and be like, oh, I can't come in today.
Yeah.
But I've got a cold. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you'd always have that. You get that with ill people. Two people have a cold. One would go to work and suffer and get through the shift.
Yeah.
And the other one would be like, nah, I'm not going in. So you'd get the same with the menstrual paid days off.
Yeah, true.
But I don't know, because it's a hard one. I definitely think you should. How many days? It says how many days.
How many days should they receive in a month?
Yeah.
Well, what's it worse?
I don't know. I would say 1 to 2 days.
I was going to say 1 to 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the first day of it.
I would think so, yeah.
Because that's when you get your worst pains.
Yeah. True.
And
that's
then
a good
after that's
question,
just
though.
uncomfortable.
I can't believe that isn't a thing, you know, like, it's mad. But maybe one day, can you imagine one day if we're looking back being like, remember when we used to talk about, like, getting paid leave?
That's
Periods is still so taboo, though. Like, nobody, like, you have to go into work and, like, normally if you've got a bad back, you'd be like, oh god, my back's killing today. You literally feel like you've been stabbed from the inside out, and you're like, hi everyone, pretending like everything's fine.
Yeah,
because it's such a taboo thing.
Like, just leave me alone.
Don't talk to me.
This is a good one. Is it a deal breaker if your partner can't cook? If it was, me and Dinny would no longer be together. No, it's not the fact that you can cook. It's just you don't like to.
I can't not cook. I just like, right.
And because I would rather cook, you just don't.
I used to cook before you came along. It's not like I didn't cook at all before you came.
Yeah.
It's just like, I don't know. You
I just
tell
enjoy
me.
cooking.
If I come in the kitchen and I'm like, what can I do? You're like, nothing, go upstairs.
Yeah, I do. Because that's like that's my zone where I'm just like focusing on just cooking.
Yeah.
And I don't need any distractions or any intrusions.
Exactly. So it's not my fault that you don't want me to cook with you.
And I have a weird thing with food though, like I have to know exactly how it's being cooked.
You like to be in charge.
Yeah. I don't like other people cooking for me.
There we go. I mean, it works for me, you know.
If it's a home meal, like restaurants, obviously it's different because obviously people cook for you. Yeah, so yeah, it's not a deal breaker.
Yeah, and if we weren't together, I wouldn't cook the meals that we have.
Yeah, true.
Like, I wouldn't stand for like 2 hours in the kitchen and cook a meal.
Cook a lasagna.
Yeah, like that would not happen. Not just for myself.
I would if I was on my own.
Because you like cooking though. I don't enjoy being in the kitchen. I don't enjoy waiting like 2.5 hours for a meal. I'd rather just like make an omelette with some rice or something. Something quick, like.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
True. I agree.
Like some mashing Yorkshire puddings that'd do me.
With an omelette?
No, not with the omelette. Right, okay.
Ah.
If you were a step parent, how would you want your stepchild to address you? A, your first name. B, mom or dad. This is an interesting one, this, isn't it? I don't personally, like, obviously my mum and dad are still together, so I've only ever known mum and dad. But obviously growing up, there was a lot of people who had step parents.
Like I had a step mum and a stepdad.
Yeah.
I called one of them by the first name and one of them as Dad. Mum's husband, I
Yeah.
called him Dad,
Yeah.
but then the
And what
other
age was
side
that from though? Like a young age? Because I think that makes a big difference, doesn't
when
it?
did they get married? Around 10-year-old, I think.
Around 10-year-old?
Yeah.
See, that's like...
Because it's thingy, because some people say like you shouldn't call them that if you still see your parents.
That's what would confuse me. Like, if you still had a dad...
Yeah. That I barely saw though.
Yeah. Like...
I didn't have a close relationship with him.
Yeah, that's
so it was,
true.
For me it was different. Like now...
The person you lived with... Right, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The person who was in my house as my
More.
dad.
As a father figure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was taking care of me more than my actual dad was.
Yeah, so
why
wouldn't
it felt okay
you?
for me to call him Dad.
Yeah.
Because
he
of that.
was taking a dad role.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Because I never had that relationship with my actual dad.
Yeah.
It wouldn't
never
have felt
became a
right to
thing.
be like, oh yeah, you're my mum.
Yeah.
It was just never like
I think
that.
this is a real, like,
I
thing
don't know.
that a lot of parents
So
have to think about.
If we were a step parent, I don't know, I feel like I'd come up with a cool nickname.
Like, so if we got... when we got together,
Yeah.
I'd already had a child with somebody else.
Yeah.
I wouldn't...
Does the child still see the dad?
Yeah, once a week maybe.
Right, okay.
And even if they didn't, I don't think...
You'd want them to call me Dad?
No. Oh, I don't know, because you would be... Oh, I don't know.
It's a whole thing as well, that with dads and mums. Apparently, like, some people say, like, you can call other men your dad, but you can only call one mum. Oh, that's what I heard growing up anyway. I always got
Really?
told, yeah, you can have as many dads as you want, but you'll only ever have one mum. That's what I got told.
Right.
That's why it was always okay for me in my head to call my stepdad Dad.
Dad.
Because
yeah.
I got told that it was fine, but I was never allowed to call my stepmom Mum because I was only ever allowed one mum.
Yeah. Like, and I think if you had, like, if they didn't see the dad anymore, and he wasn't in the life, and they were young, and you were the, like, father figure, then I think that would be fine to, as long as it come up in a conversation, an explanation.
Yeah, I
like,
feel
but how
like...
do you explain that? Like,
I feel like when the child gets old enough, I think they can decide
they
for
would
themselves.
understand. Yeah.
Like, I think at the beginning, you could, like, I'd come up personally with a cool nickname. If you had a kid,
Yeah.
I'd be like, oh, you can call me by my first name if you want, or we can come up with a nickname.
Yeah.
And then as they got older, I think I'd be like, if you wanted, like, if they asked me, why can't I call you Dad?
Yeah.
I'd be like, well, ask your mum, obviously, but if you wanted to,
Yeah, true.
I would be okay with that, but you'd have to check with your mum.
Yeah.
Or,
Because
like,
I wouldn't
that's
want
how
to
it
be,
would
like,
be with a
intruding
parent.
on their, like, being like, oh god, I had to call you Dad and you weren't my dad.
Yeah.
Like,
And,
yeah,
like, I
you're the
wouldn't
best
go in-
person ever, but you're not my dad.
Yeah, like, I wouldn't go into somewhere and be like, right, is she going to call me Dad then?
Oh, no.
Like, oh, you've got a daughter, yeah, she can call me Dad.
That's a very, like...
That would be a common thing, that, I think.
Yeah.
Like, very common.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of people that have kids in other marriages and other relationships
Yeah,
that you would have
and
to
you get
decide
together.
whether it...
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it depends on the...
honestly, I've never thought about that before.
No, I haven't either. I think it depended on the kid, I think, as they got older. But when
Yeah.
they were younger, I wouldn't make them call me Dad when I wasn't the dad.
But then you would get to a certain age, and if you've never called your dad before, you wouldn't start.
But I think from a young age, the kid might be like, why can't I call you Dad? You hear it every day.
Yeah.
I see you more than I do my own dad.
Well, then, yeah, that's when I agree, like, yeah.
Mm.
Then you should,
But
yeah.
then as a step-parent, I would always say, go and check with your mum.
Would you, why?
I don't know, because it might be a thing where, like, you might not be comfortable with it and we haven't had that conversation properly.
Well, yeah, obviously we haven't talked about it, and the kid starts going, I'm going to Dad, and I'll be like, Dad, what?
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like, I'd always say, we'll have a talk with your mum when she gets home.
Yeah.
Like, you want to
But
call me Dad.
I think in some situations as well, the child just starts calling you Dad without even...
Yeah.
Because they're around other kids at school that just say Mum and Dad.
Mum and Dad,
And it's
yeah.
like, oh, well, in my house, I've got my mum, and you're the male figure that's there, so
Yeah.
it's my mum
But
and
my
Dad.
mum and stepdad.
Stepdad. It's a tricky one, guys. That was an
Weird.
in-depth one, really,
Yeah, it
wasn't
was. I enjoyed
it?
that
I needed
one.
another crisp. Me too. I liked it.
Me too. Are you okay with paying for the first date? I am.
I would
I would be.
prefer
Away we go.
to pay half.
Oh, I thought you were going to say for the other person to pay half.
Like, it's really nice and everything to offer to pay for the whole thing, but on a first date, you don't really know each other.
Yeah, I get that. And so I wonder if some people feel like I wonder if, right, you could be on a date with someone and they're like, right, I'm paying, and you're like, no, I want to pay. And it's like, no, I'm paying.
Because then it comes
you could get like offended.
Yeah.
I think it's like, what are you saying? I can't pay. Like, why can't I?
Yeah, because some people see it as like a dominant, like,
yeah,
listen, I make money, I can pay for your meal kind of thing, or whatever the date is.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I think it's, if somebody was like, right, oh, let me pay, I would always say, no, we'll go halves. And then if they're like, no, honestly, I want to pay, I'd be like, oh, thank you, that's really nice.
Yeah. I wonder if it's circumstantial as well, though, because I wonder if, right, if you both agree to go on a date and you both have made the plans to go on a date, then it'd be more likely to be like, oh, should we go halves on it then if we're both wanting to go?
Yeah.
But if one person asks the other person, it's kind of like, I'm inviting you out. I want to take you out and I want to pay for it.
See, with that, like, say if you weren't going for a meal, sorry, this is the blanket in case you're thinking, what is that? If you were going for not a meal and saying just going for drinks,
right,
and you'd asked me,
yeah,
I would kind of hope that the first drink, you would be like, oh, I'll get these. Then after the first drink, pardon me, after the first drink, it'd be like, right now we pay for our own drinks, or I'll get the next one, then we pay for our own.
Yeah.
Or you pay for one round, I'll pay for a round, you pay for a round.
Take it in turns, getting the drinks.
Like, I would feel, I can't say I would never, because obviously if someone's like, no, I'm seriously, I'm paying, you'd be like, oh,
you'll
God,
never
have
that, don't worry.
Thank you. But I'm saying if that did happen, wait, what was my other bit that I was going on?
Don't know, you were starting to talk about this other man that you're going on a date with, and if he offered to pay.
What was I saying though? Of all the drinks?
One round is them, one round is you. Take it in turns, but if you
I would feel more comfortable just going halves, because I'd hate to be like, if you don't know the person well enough on the first date, and then they pay for like everything, then they think they've got some kind of hold on you, being like, well, I paid for all of your.
Yeah, and also if things don't work out, it's like they go on and tell other people like, I paid for absolutely everything, paid for every drink, every meal. She ordered the lobster, she ordered the most expensive thing on the menu, and she didn't even like give out.
Well, I've heard some horror stories, you know, where...
Really?
Yeah, people, like... There's one where a girl went to the bathroom as the bill was, like, supposed to come over. So he got out of her bag her card...
What?
To pay for...
No way.
To pay for her part of the bill.
What? No way.
Like, instead of just, like, in that situation. But then as she left, because she wants him to pay for the bill.
Maybe.
But if she hasn't, right, if she's genuine, like, God, I really need a wee, I'm going to the toilet, and then they brought the bill over, I'd be like, oh, and then when you come back from the toilet, I'd be like, oh, I got this.
Yeah,
but it's such a weird thing, though, because I'd be like, oh, I would have paid half, I wanted to pay half.
Yeah, and do you have that conversation before the bill comes? Like, before you go on the date, or do you wait till that last second?
See, you wouldn't have a conversation with me like, so who's going to pay before you go? It'd be the last second. You might have had the most amazing
date ever. Yeah. And you're like, you're dead set against, I want to pay half of it, and that could ruin
Exactly, that's why you've got to just, if either a person is really adamant on paying, you'd have to just let it go.
But what if you're adamant on paying half?
But there's only so many times you can go back and forward.
Yeah,
before you'd end up wanting you walking out.
Yeah, true.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if it got to that, I don't think you're very compatible. I think that would be a sign. For me, that would be a sign. I'd be like, oh, listen, right. Yeah, that's a sign that wasn't. We had an argument on our first
date. You didn't do as you're told, so.
It was
yeah, exactly.
I don't know. It's a tricky one though. Oh, there's also. That's it. Yeah. I know we sat on the floor. There's also the thing of if one person orders like beers, cocktails, the biggest burger on the menu, like the £20 burger, 3 sides, dessert, and the other person just is drinking water, and they've got the smallest, they've got the salad dish with a side of chicken strips and the cheap option. Yeah. It's like, do you half the bill? Or do you like, I'll pay for my things, you pay for yours? Because I don't like
Well,
that, you know.
if that happened at a restaurant though, and you were like, "Oh, I'm just going to pay for mine," I'd be like, "That's too complicated. I'm not going to ask the waitress. Can you separate the bill in? I want her bill separate."
But that's what people do, don't they? When they're out, they're like, "Right, let's see what you had this, so calculate
I couldn't do that.
£14 for your meal. Your dessert was £4.
What I would do
water."
is when the bill comes, I'd pay it, and then
Yeah.
I'd be like, "If you want to pay half, we'll sort it out later."
Yeah.
But right now, on this date, I
We're
will
not
pay.
arguing, start the table.
We're not going to ruin the date and have an argument. If you want to pay me back, you can pay me back later. But right now, I will pay.
Yeah.
While we're here.
It should just be like a norm. I think it's really like generous for somebody to offer to pay.
Oh,
but
yeah.
you don't know what, like, I don't know.
You don't know if you get together and 5 years down the line, you're like, "I paid for our first date." Might hold it against you.
I know, that's what I mean. Some people would be like that,
Yeah.
though.
Imagine that.
Yeah, oh, can we do that? That's why I think you should just always, on the first date, on the second date, I think it would maybe be nice to be like, "Oh, I'll tell you what, I'll get this. We've gotten a bit better, we know a bit more
Yeah.
about each other." Then maybe the third date, the
Right,
other
now,
person
half
who
of
didn't
it.
pay would be like, "Oh, you paid for the last date, I'll pay for this one."
Yeah.
Do you know what I
Like,
mean?
Take it in turns.
I see money as like a very half and half thing. I
Yeah.
don't like the man to be like,
Yeah, no.
"I've got all the money.
Yeah,
I'm
I don't
gonna
like
pay."
being like that either.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, that was a long one.
That was a
Gosh,
good
we
one.
can really talk, can't we,
I
when we
love
get
these
into
videos.
something?
Should we do one more?
How much time have we been filming for?
Like 45
Yeah,
minutes.
we'll do a couple more.
Couple more.
depending on how in depth they are.
Oh, this is a good one.
Okay.
Would you wait and stay loyal if your partner got 5 years in prison? 5 years is a long time.
Right. My initial thing is no.
No.
No. Unless you
Really?
were wrongly accused,
Yeah, like if you got put in prison for something that wasn't your
that
fault.
you didn't
or if,
do.
Yeah.
Then yeah.
But
I
on
would
what?
wait.
But what if they got put into prison and it was like a petty crime?
Right, well no, because who does petty crimes? What's a petty crime? Petty crimes are like what? Nothing's a petty crime. If you're
Yeah.
doing a crime, you're committing a crime.
Yeah, that's true.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, but there's like on the scale of like murdering someone, or there's like I don't know what, breaking
Taking
someone's
drugs
window,
or yeah, breaking a window.
or breaking someone's property. Yeah.
No, I just.
I don't know
think-
what you'd need to do for 5 years though. To
I
be
know.
fair. You have to do something.
Not really sure on the justice system.
Yeah,
Really,
no.
I don't know what 5 years.
Yeah, I think it would depend on what the person did.
See, for me, it wouldn't.
Not at all.
No,
Really.
no. If you're getting 5 years in prison, you've like robbed a
done
bank,
something
you've
wrong.
done something,
Yeah.
and I don't want that kind of
True.
criminal.
So
in my
what would you
life.
just cut all contact?
Yeah, you'd have to go through a breakup process, wouldn't you?
Would you ever come visit me?
No.
What if I sent you letters?
Well,
Tough.
they'd stack up like letters to Juliet.
But then what if after the 5 years I came to find you?
I'd be like, sorry.
You think
like,
you'd have moved on?
in 5 years.
Oh my
If you
God.
committed a crime, the anger of you committing
If I
a crime
accidentally-
and leaving me.
What if, right, touch wood, we were in a car crash and you've accidentally killed somebody in a car crash and that's what you've gone down for, manslaughter?
Oh God.
There you go, would you stay
Now
loyal
we're
for
really
that?
getting into it.
Yeah.
Jesus. Right, well, it's a bit much for a Friday afternoon.
But would you stay loyal for that? Like that was a
An
complete
accident?
accident. Yeah.
You can't go to prison for that, can you?
For manslaughter, yeah, of course you
It
can.
was an accident.
It doesn't matter, you've killed somebody.
What, in
That's
a-
what manslaughter is, it's accidental
How did
killing
you cause
someone.
the crash?
We were just on the highway and his car swerved over, or my car did, lost control of the car, smacked into his.
Well, why
and
would
then-
you swerve over?
Because I lost control of my car.
How did you lose control of your car?
I don't know, my wheel might have come off.
So then your car's broke, so that's not your fault. You can't go to prison for something that's not your fault.
You can, that's
You
what
can't,
manslaughter is, for
surely
accidentally
not.
killing somebody.
No, because on Coronation Street, Yasmin, no,
She did go to prison.
No, she didn't, did she? Not for that.
Oh, not for the roof, no.
Yeah, so he fell off. She
No,
had hold
because
of
that
him, he
wasn't-
fell off.
Yeah, but there is people that have gone to for manslaughter.
But if your car is broken,
Or it's someone was crossing the street
oh, that gives me the fear that.
and they've ran out of traffic and
Oh.
you've knocked them over.
But then that wouldn't be your fault if they've run in front of your car, would it? How could you go to prison for that?
You couldn't prove it wasn't your fault though, could you?
Oh God.
So would you, I think that's true. I don't know. I might be totally wrong if that's But I'm sure you can go to jail for manslaughter, which is accidentally killing, I think.
This is too heavy. This is too heavy for a Friday.
I'm sure that's
I
what
don't
it
know
is.
is my answer.
You
Just
don't
let's
know.
not ever let that happen, right?
You would wait for me.
I don't know. This is too heavy in my brain. It's too much for me. Oh, right. What was that noise?
This box.
Oh. Okay, if you're in a relationship, is it okay to keep any possessions from your exes?
Oh.
This is a tricky one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because if somebody's bought you, I don't know. I don't think I could.
Mm. Have you ever?
I
Have
don't-
You got some?
I don't think so.
Mm.
Not that I remember anyway.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean?
I would say it depends what the possession was,
Right.
and I think it would be like how much you use it or how much you talked about it.
So, right, we've got two ends of the scale, right? So, it's a necklace. It's really expensive. You've loved the necklace. You've wore it every day.
Right.
You break up with them.
Yeah.
Does the necklace go, or do you carry on wearing it?
I would say sell it.
Sell it.
It's expensive.
Jeez.
I would sell it. I wouldn't keep it.
Right.
Because that happy
neither would I.
memory is tied with that person that got you it. So you couldn't just be like, I love this necklace. Because it'd always be like, I love this necklace, but so-and-so got me it.
So what about if you put the necklace in a drawer, forgot about it for ages, you've lost all ties with that person, you've got a new boyfriend, you're a year in,
And he found your necklace.
and he
says,
finds the
"What's
necklace
this?"
and it's like, no, what if he's like, oh my god, I love that necklace, why aren't I on a date tonight? And you've had a necklace from your ex in the drawer for like...
But then you should say, no, that's from my ex. And I'd be like, well, why haven't you got rid of it?
yeah. Right, and then another thing, right? What if it was an electric toothbrush? A microwave, a Hoover, the things you buy when you're in like a
When you've got a
long-term
house.
relationship, you've got a house, like, God,
Yeah.
they bought me an electric toothbrush as a present.
Yeah, things like that I don't think it'd be...
So why is
A
a
big
necklace any different?
Because that's got sentimental value to it.
Right.
Whereas
What
a
about if your
toothbrush, anyone can
toothbrush-
get you a toothbrush.
Right. Yeah.
I would look at, if that was a thing, if anybody ever did that, I would look at your toothbrush and go, who bought you that? I'll buy you another one. If you love your electric
Like,
toothbrush so
there's
much...
nothing wrong with your toothbrush, it's just an export you're at. Are you really gonna
No, I
buy
don't think-
another one?
Not for things like that, like...
But every time you're brushing your teeth, you're gonna think, he got me this toothbrush.
But then at that point, if you were getting angry, you should really get rid of it and go to a manual brush. You don't want your gums to bleed. Do you know what I mean? But like for sentimental stuff, like a ring or necklace or any type of jewellery,
Like a hoodie,
or,
a
yeah,
top.
like yeah, stuff like that. I think
So what if it's like...
if you want to forget about the person, it's going to be easier for you to get.
So what if
rid
you
of
don't want to forget about the person? It was an easy breakup, you both agreed, we're just not feeling it anymore.
Mm. What, and then you'd keep it?
Would you?
Well, I wouldn't know because I'd want to move on.
But you are moving on, you've got no tie to it.
Yeah, because every time I see that jumper, I'd say
Yeah, but you don't feel any anger, you don't feel anything, they're just a person that you once knew.
in my jumper. So I would say I
Imagine me.
don't want it.
Imagine you're with your new boyfriend, it's like, oh my god, I love your jumper, thanks my ex bought me it.
Yeah, like
Weird.
imagine.
I presume some people will do that though.
Well, yeah, probably, but not for me. I
Cool.
couldn't do it. Should we do one more?
Should we do one more, guys? I feel like we've kept you
One more
long
random.
enough.
One more random. Oh, this
Okay.
is a long one. Should we do this one?
Is it a good one though? Not that I don't want any crime, manslaughter, nothing
Oh,
like that.
no. Oh.
No, well, let me see. Let me see. Your partner of 6 years and your best friend of 15 years were drunk and made out for over an hour last night.
Jesus Christ, your jaws.
Who would be the first person you would end things with?
Oh, I'd get them both in the room and say you dumped both of yous.
Oh my god. No, I wouldn't. No, I would be so tactical and clever about it.
What would you do? Come on, spill the beans.
No, I don't actually know.
Spill the beans, come on.
Boyfriend of 6 years
6
and
years
best
and
friend,
best friend of 15.
15.
Yeah.
Made out for an hour, right? So you're right. They've made out
I'd
for an
definitely go
hour.
the best friend first.
What would I?
I'd go the best friend first.
No, right. Do you know the
Go on then.
right?
Spill.
Because over an an hour, that's insane. That's not an accidental. Not that. How could you ever accidentally, your boyfriend and your best friend, just how?
No.
But right, if we're going on these two,
right,
they've accidentally. Not accidentally,
no,
because it's over
purposely.
an hour. They've purposely kissed or whatever and thought,
made out.
this is buzzy brilliant, let's carry on making out for over an hour.
Jesus.
There's got to be some sexual chemistry going on for an hour.
Sexual tension, yeah.
So they've obviously thought, right, we can't take it the full way because she's waiting for us
She's back
at home.
yeah.
I would, right?
Right.
First off, I'd play some kind of mind game with my best friend. I'd be like, crying my eyes out. I'd be like, oh my god, I found out that he's made out with somebody.
That's clever.
In the club last night. Oh my god, what do I do? Like, I need to know who the girl is. Like, I'm literally gonna kill her.
Shit, yeah.
I'll be like, I've been told, like, the girl knew that we've been together for 6 years. She didn't think he was single. She knew who I was. She knew we'd been together for 6 years. Like, help me, what do I do, babe? How do we find her? Like,
yeah. Like, you're my
should we say?
You're my best friend. Can you help me?
What should we do?
Like, you've been there for 15 years.
And then, right, I'm sorry.
I love you so much.
I'm sorry, yeah, I would go the guilt trip.
Oh, yeah, massively.
So that's why I'd do it separately, because she'd be like a guilt trip.
Oh, yeah.
This is going to be the longest
Then
video
would he
ever.
be like a... Like, print out pictures.
Like, I don't know what
CCTV.
I don't know what he'd be, honestly. I do not even know.
Would you tell everyone an announcement, like when it was his birthday or something?
Oh god, don't. Oh my god.
I feel like
like a YouTube video. Yeah, like a like a. I'd just like to say, like, I've been with my boyfriend for 6 years. We've been together 6 years.
Yeah. This was.
We've been together for 6
friends.
years. I don't have a friend that's close enough to be a best friend.
No.
Yeah, we've been together for 6 years. I love him so much, and then I'd do something like that. I'd be like, unfortunately.
And I'd be like, unfortunately, where's this video gone?
I'd say to my best friend, I'd be like, oh my god, should we make like a video? Being like, oh, I don't know. I'd do some crazy.
That is psycho behaviour.
Yeah, I wouldn't know how to do normally. Like, oh my god, I can't believe you have done this to me.
I don't think I could do that. I'd have to take it like to another level. I couldn't sit you down and be like,
I found out
you just made out.
What
you got
is
to say
that?
for yourself?
Because it's not an accidental quick flirt. It's not a quick kiss. It's a well thought out, hour-long make-out session.
Yeah, I'd be like, what? How is your jaw hanging off? What did you do that for? Like, you don't even make out with me for an hour.
Do you know what would give me the feel or make me feel sick if they were like, oh, we've liked each other for ages.
Imagine.
We've liked each other for so long. Because that can happen.
Mm.
Oh, God.
Well then,
that was
really
crazy.
good. How many questions did we actually do?
I don't know. Did we do loads?
3.
Well, we've been filming for like over an hour.
Yeah, we've still got all
Do
these
we want a
questions.
part 2?
So do we want a part 2 of debating with Nandin?
Yeah. Do we want a part 2 of dilemmas?
Convo and chill.
Convo and chill dilemmas.
Yeah. If we do, leave it in the comments below.
Yeah. Or like the video. If you can't comment, like if you think, oh, I can't be bothered to write, comment out, or like, because I know some of you watch it on telly and you just can't comment or whatever.
True.
Just like the video and then we'll know that you want a part 2.
That's the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe because it makes us so happy.
It does. We missed you on Wednesday.
Yeah, we did.
We'll try and stay on our A game, but in lockdown it's getting harder and harder to like think of video ideas. Yeah. 2, like when you're having a bad day, like it's kind of hard to film because what you guys don't want to, like if you've had a bad day, you want us to uplift you. You don't want to be like, oh god,
rather than feeling down with you.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? It's not like we don't all want to be sat crying together on YouTube, do we? So that's getting harder. What was the other thing I was going to say? And yeah, like with vlogs, there's only so many times you can watch us go for a park walk or what?
Of course, I said.
Oh. Yeah, there's only so many times you can watch us go for a park walk, or what else do we even do? There's nothing else to do. Yeah, there's literally nothing for us to do. So we are struggling slightly.
But we can start going out places very soon.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
So
if we all,
the next parked up could be a travelled parked up. We can travel out because that'll be. Oh no, April.
No,
sorry,
April.
after the next one. Sorry, we're not going out in March.
No,
we're gonna wait till April.
April.
Yeah.
Fingers
crossed.
Okay. Right, we're gonna go then.
We'll see you all
Hopefully
next
enjoyed.
video.
Peace
Peace
out.
out.